fidelity version. Maybe I'll do that now.
I'm sure it's fine and nothing is wrong whatsoever. Let me just launch this. Update queued, motherfucker. Since when? Alrighty. I need to pull up my flowchart once again. Refresh that. Make sure that's working right. I think it's working. That's definitely working. What about this one? Is this one working?
The channels.
Yep, that one's working. Yep. Yep. Okay. You know what? That's probably good enough. It's all right. Thanks for hanging out, though. It's always nice to be with friends and family on New Year's.
Get out of here.
Well, no, hang on. Quite grateful for their for their presence, and would definitely encourage, for the sake of analytics, that everyone stay here for as long as possible, no matter what.
It's fair.
Just hold on 1 second.
Just put the stream on 24/7. Encourage everyone to watch it in the background.
Yeah, just put it on loop while you're sleeping. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't do that.
That's a good idea.
You get to do that for anything. I've got a buddy of mine who's on Spotify, and he actually gets paid for because he's on Spotify. So put on Jules McCool's EP. Just put that on repeat. Okay. That's fine. Let's. While I was stalling for time, Slay the Princess finished updating. We're good. It's fine. Okay. I think I've got everything planned out for what we need to do for our very last playthrough, our very last run. I've got a plan for it. And I don't know if I'm excited for it, but I'm certainly looking forward to it.
Is the game launched?
It's launching.
Oh, okay.
share screen in Discord. Slay the Princess. There we go. Got that there. Game audio capture. Slay the No, that's the flowchart. Where is Slay the Princess? There it is. Game capture, Slay the Princess. There we are. Alrighty. Everything good on your end?
Everything looks and sounds great.
Wonderful. It's always really good to hear. Welcome back to Slay the Princess. We are close to an ending on this run. I know what ending I want to see. But how have you been liking Slay the Princess, Noah?
It has been really, really good.
Yeah?
I do tend to like visual novels. I definitely feel like replayability on them is pretty hard, but Doki Doki did it well. I replayed that to get all the different endings and stuff. Slay the Princess definitely seems like it's got that. It might even be too much.
Oh, really?
Just content-wise, like, I think it'd be really great to check out all those scenes, and unlock them all. But it's a lot to unlock. Like, it's a lot. So I almost feel like, I almost feel like it's a really good value. Let's put it that way, for sure. It's a really good value.
Yeah.
It may not be the perfect game for me to 100%, but there's just been so much here that every time we've gone through it, I'm like, what? It's cool. So, like, going through it multiple times with you has been fine. I probably wouldn't want to sit and unlock every single scene on stream. But I think that's fine. Like, we have only a few more vessels that we're missing, literally 3.
Yes.
And then the final ending is mostly what we're interested in seeing. And so I think our stream plan is perfect. And it's given us way more streams than we could have possibly asked for.
Yeah.
So like I said, its value has been fantastic.
The ones we're missing, I believe, are a branch of the beast, and then there is a branch of the damsel and a branch of the prisoner. Damsel's the one that I fucked up last time trying to get. Because apparently you were supposed to attack the princess rather than letting... No. What did I fuck up? I fucked up the cage. I fucked up. You're supposed to attack the prisoner instead of letting the prisoner cut her own head off. So because we sat down and had a chat with the prisoner and let the prisoner enact her own plan, it locked us out of that unknowingly.
But we still got something.
We still got an ending, right? Yeah. We just got a pristine cut ending instead of the one that I was looking at beforehand. But that's fine. That's fine. So we have one more run here before we get to an ending. And then I have a plan for a last playthrough for Slay the Princess on stream. So this really this idea really solidified itself in my mind after that very last option in the cage route, where if you question it, you do have the option to drop the princess's head in, which would be fucking horrific. And that gave me the idea, well, if we are trying to slay the princess in our very last run through, what if we make it as tragic as possible?
As tragic as possible.
What if how fucked up a run of Slay the Princess can we make?
Okay, I assume you've spent multiple hours thinking about this.
I have spent multiple minutes.
Okay.
Looking at the flowchart, seeing what is something really fucked up that we could do, and throwing the cage's head back down the pit is definitely one of them.
I can agree with that.
That is a thing we can do. Sadly, we can't get the alternative prison chapter, the alternative prisoner chapter, if we go down that route. So sadly, that is just not something we're going to be able to find on stream.
Oh, well, in that case, can the alternative prisoner route end in a red text run? Like, or is it not?
Exclusively red text.
Oh, well, okay. Well, if it's a choice between that, I'd rather see the last one.
Okay.
Than just throw. It's really funny, but I like the idea that we've basically 100%ed the high level of the game on stream. I think that's much more.
Okay. Well, that does make some planning easier, I think. That one could be there. Then burn gray, brown gray. What would that be? And the princess and the dragon. Okay. Okay, I think I've got a plan. I think so. But we still have one more run through. Which endings did we get in this run through already? We got the thorn, the cage, moment of clarity, and the deconstructed damsel. I think those are the ones we've gotten so far, right? I think so. Let's see if we can't unlock this one. These two, I think, would definitely qualify for our tragedy ending.
Yeah, there are other ways to die to nature than to let it swallow you whole. Okay.
Yeah.
So probably just let her kill you in the cat form that isn't. Because why did she swallow us whole? Because we ran?
Yeah. At some point, we tried to break for the stairs. Which locked us into the wild. We got eaten, and then we got digested.
Right.
So let's head back to the beast. Back.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alrighty. So, back to the cabin. You to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
She's a
right in the
princess.
microphone. Awesome.
We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Didn't even think about that.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
All right.
Cabin.
We're starting off. As per normal.
As per normal.
Tell me a
Interior of the
little bit
cabin is
about the
almost entirely bare.
because we've seen
The
this so
air
many
is
times.
stale and musty.
Tell me a little
and
bit
the floor
about
and
like
walls are painted in a
the-
fine layer of dust.
the
The
thoughts
only
of
furniture of note is a
what we're
plain
trying to get
wooden
to. Because I'm
table.
assuming you've at least seen the
Perched on
spoiler
that
of like
table is a pristine blade.
what we're
The
doing, right? So we
blade is
need
your
to
implement.
we need a
You'll
cornered
need it
animal
if you want to do this right.
who is ready to fight back.
Hmm.
This is probably a bad time to ask you to talk because you sounds like you're very mouthful.
It's fine. It's fine. It's made some quick pizza bites. It's fine. We need to get a corner animal, yes. And the best way to do that is to get to the beast rat. And to get there, we need to not have the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Ah.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
So, just need to proceed as per usual.
I'm not a mod in the Twitch chat. All right.
It's
All right.
You must have the wrong address.
Great.
Was it a wrong
You've given
address?
away
I don't think I've heard that one before.
I don't think I have either. It's very funny.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Very
I
easily.
am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
Hold on, let's talk a bit first. That's our only option.
Mm,
Okay.
We have explored all of these, right?
I think so. Like we even asked her like what has she been eating and drinking?
Yeah.
Like
Said it was, I wasn't kidding when I said I was sent here to kill you. You're apparently going to end the world. The first seen in a while. What have you been eating, drinking? What are you gonna do if I let you out here? I'll kill you.
I don't know. What do you want to do? it's such a good, it's so funny.
Oh, that route is the funniest thing. You know what? Yeah, we've already talked to you. You don't remember that we talked to you, so I'm sorry, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth risky. Isn't worth the risk to take your word over the potential fate of the world. We gotta go retrieve the blade.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
So you weren't kidding. I thought you were just making a bad joke. You were actually sent here to kill me.
Yes, we were.
This, I promise you. But go ahead, run along and get whatever you're planning to get. But you'd better hope that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right?
Ah.
She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. She has to be bluffing, but hurry.
You say that with
As much up to
such
the
confidence,
first
Mr.
sword,
Narrator.
the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Did it get bigger?
We're a lot smaller, I think.
Oh, okay, we are smaller. Hello? We got off the wrong foot. You think we can start over? That's really funny. We gotta finish this.
Your eyes dart
Is
to the
there? There's no
corners
way
of
to
the
turn
room.
this around at this point. Right?
You don't see her.
No.
Where is she?
Yeah, you said that we're locked in.
Yeah. Yeah, close the door behind us.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Da-da-da. It won't open because we'll be dead.
Yep. Let's go investigate the arm. We didn't investigate the arm before. I think we just sat at the top of the stairs.
Oh, maybe we told her to come on out? Or I'll wait. I think we said I'll wait, right? And then we fell asleep?
Yeah. I think
So
we
we'll
did.
investigate.
Investigate the arm.
You step forward to investigate the severed limb.
Sure is a severed limb.
A trail of blood leads from its jagged stump into a dark corner of the basement. And then you hear the quiet patter of feet against the floor, and there's suddenly a weight on your shoulders. The princess tears into you.
Okay.
Nom nom nom.
Her teeth and claws are unnaturally sharp, ripping into your shoulders, digging into your throat. You fall to the ground, the princess eagerly tearing at your flesh. Holy shit. What is she?
The holy shit's really funny. Our only option is to give up.
Yeah. She's eating us.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, not really eating us, but she's pretty much killed us.
Yeah, I don't know if prior decisions... Okay, so again, we have somehow found a way to subvert the flowchart. I don't...
This is not right?
This is not right. Because, okay, you know how in other runs, where we have reached a point where some text is grayed out?
Yeah.
And I've taken that as an indicator of, hey, you've already been through this chapter in this set of 5, right? And so we can't repeat as a way to like indicate that we can't repeat chapters, and you've already been close to this, right?
Okay.
But at this point, we have missed 2 branches of the on this flowchart and just skipped over choices. Like,
Because we made the wrong decision, like investigating the arm?
No, we should have had the option to either close the door or investigate the arm at the same time. Like, there should have been a branch to close the door or investigate the arm, but instead we just closed the door. And then at this point, there is a branch. We should have a choice to either give up, to go to the chapter that we want to, or we should have a choice to fight back, and that would bring us to the witch, who we've already seen this route. but there's no grayed out option that says, hey, this was even an option. So I think
either the flowchart is wrong, or the other options, like,
I think that choice as we were walking down the stairs of, hey, we were sent here to kill you, might have just locked us out of the witch entirely.
Oh, you think?
I think it might have, because any other time that we've seen this and had this kind of a branching point to other chapters, it's been grayed out instead of just gone. So
yeah,
I think,
I mean, you're right about that.
Yeah.
It's weird that it's just gone and not grayed out.
that's so interesting.
I mean, it's interesting. Doesn't really matter though, because we still are on the path that we want to be on, right?
Yes.
Okay. If you get off the path, then that's a big mistake.
Then that's a problem. We're still on the path. It's just very interesting that that we have once again we've once again bucked the flowchart.
Are you serious? As the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers can no longer hold the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back.
Yeah,
This
he's
is the end.
he's talking like we had an option there.
I'm afraid it is.
Right.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
It's just
Which we didn't.
so interesting that we did not have the option.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay.
It's the end of the world as we know it. Sorry.
Yep. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered.
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously.
Fair.
Yes. Proceed to the cabin.
So we're gonna try and fight her instead of running from her, and we're gonna just get killed, right? Because
The interior
fighting
of the
back, she
cabin is
can't really swallow us
ruinous and
whole. But if we run
dilapidated.
away, she
It
will.
feels like no one has lived here for a long time. Wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. So, for us trying to unlock this specific chapter that we're going for, there are a lot of ways to fuck up and end up in the wild.
Ah,
There's so many opportunities for us to fuck this up.
great.
Yeah. Fortunately, this particular choice does not matter.
Okay, that's
You take the blade
convenient.
from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
End of the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Warm and wet.
She growls up
Mm.
the
Moist,
stairs.
perhaps?
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in
determine
on
the
us,
difference or why
hiding
there's a
her from
difference.
view. She could be
It must be that you just locked into certain routes with particular
You see
dialogue
only a
choices, and it's
flash
just
of the princess before
so
she scurries away into the underbrush,
so minor
dragging
that
a heavy chain behind her.
it's either not recorded or it doesn't particularly matter.
She's just a princess. She's certainly not just a princess.
Yeah, because when we were locked
You're
out of
not
it
helping.
due to already seeing the
Doesn't
route,
matter
it's
what
grayed
she
out.
is.
Mhm.
But
It
if
only
we are
matters
locked out
what she
because
does.
of a choice, we just don't
Her
see the
shining
other
eyes
options.
appear
Yeah.
between the leaves,
Like when we
staring
ask a certain
hungrily at
question
you
and then
from
other
darkness.
questions disappear because
I can
They were
hear
just
your
different
heart
ways to ask the same
pounding
thing.
from the bottom of the
Yeah,
stairs,
yeah.
fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine.
that might be
and pulls
why
you
there's no
upright.
difference to it because she's right.
Yeah.
Yes, shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move now.
All right, we gotta move. We gotta move.
Do we move?
We gotta move.
Huh.
You lunge
Okay, so
forward, picking a direction
not
on
moving.
instinct.
She
As
eats
you
us.
land your body
Almost
flat
instantly,
against the
yes.
bed, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
Oh, meek, not meat.
You whirl around to find her,
makes
and
sense.
your gaze
Yes.
meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
What do you want? We don't have to kill each other.
Are we able to explore here? Or just gonna use again?
Here we are able to explore.
Are we trying to get on her good side so she still kills us, but she doesn't feel as bad about eating us? Or she doesn't eat us? She just kills us? Kind of like in that other one where we gave her the knife and then she stabbed us. Because she was like, oh, I thought this was a trick, but okay. Is it is
Kinda, I
Is that
think.
what- I guess? Okay.
I think so. Unless I've already fucked it up, which is entirely possible. As we've seen already, I'm not the most reliable with flowcharts.
Fair.
So, what do you want? We don't have to kill each other. What if I helped you? What if we left together? If you could get out of here on your own, wouldn't you have left already? Stop hiding and show yourself. I was sent to kill you because you're a threat to the world. I'm starting to believe that's true.
Bait that out, you know, bait
Yeah.
her out, like make her, instead of stalking us, make her make a mistake. I guess.
Yeah.
Come
Oh, for the
head on
love
at
of-
us.
You've given up the game. Great. All that will do is hasten her victory.
It's fine. It's fine.
So many useless thoughts run through your head. Thinking. You'll never hurt me if you keep thinking.
You're deflecting. Are you gonna end the world? Can you end the world right now?
And you bear your weakness to the world.
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive, if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
We need to survive. That's so startling. Like, it's been a bit, but that's just so startling. Don't think I can keep this up. What do you want? Stop hiding and show yourself.
What if I left? What if I helped you? No?
We don't have to kill each other. What if I helped you? What if we left together? You get out of here on your own. Wouldn't you have already left?
Because, I mean, we could have said that earlier. We could still say that.
This, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
At least she's upfront about her intentions.
Yeah, yeah.
Fair.
What do you want?
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants, just slay her. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it. She is
I don't think that's gonna work right now. We're kind of beyond that.
Base of your neck. Flee. We can't keep doing this.
We need to stay alive.
Or maybe she's a little faster. You avoid her.
All those other options are
but
death.
she manages to graze you. Her titanic
Yeah, pretty much. I think
side.
all of those options will lead to us getting eaten.
It's like being sideswiped by sand.
Oh, this is a new
How
one.
was she that fast?
You're bleeding now.
Are we bleeding now?
You instinctively touch your side.
Yeah, we got
testing her
grazed.
claim.
Ooh.
It's wet and stings from the gentle touch of your fingertips. A costly mistake. We can't make it again. We will make it again unless something changes. We have to break the pattern. We need more time. She's cutting off our escape.
Our game is nearing its end.
Ha ha ha. Why? Why do you want to kill me? I think it's kind of obvious. I don't think I can keep this up.
Oh,
You
no,
have
not
to.
stop hiding and show yourself?
We at least have to make an opening. She's more tense this time. She means this next blow to be the last. The mere thought of moving again makes your bloodied side ache.
Uh-oh.
Maybe we're already locked into
We're exhausted. We're bleeding.
not being
We're
in
still
whole because we've
alive.
already taken
Owe it to
damage.
ourselves
We
to
are
move.
not yet.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Again.
Once again, you narrowly avoid the full force of the impact, and once again you are too slow to come away unscathed. You're starting to get tired. You're making mistakes. This isn't working. We have
tear
to do
off
something. We have to
one
figure
limit at a
out
time?
a
Like, what?
plan.
This is just bleeding us out.
Act on the
One-
now. All that
one,
matters is that
one
we
hit at a
stay
time.
Alive. We're trying, but we can't keep this up much longer. We have to. We keep up or we die.
You're getting slow.
Oh.
Lunging once again from the darkness, fangs bared and claws flashing. She attacks over and over and over, and each time she leaves with a little piece of you. Too tired to think, but
Death by a
we have
thousand
to
cuts.
think.
Yep. Yep.
We have to move. It's too late. Before you get the chance to react, it's over. She makes her last foray from the dark corners of the room, unhinging her dripping maw, her eyes fierce and full of hunger.
It's real upsetting that she unhinges her jaw.
Partially
Snake.
succeed. Partially.
With legs.
Snake lion.
Yes.
Ugh.
The princess fails to swallow you whole. She only swallows your lower body. That's just as bad. That's worse, even. It's death either way. At least this will be a faster end.
Yes?
You look down. To
Oh,
see
holy shit.
flailing all the way up.
I didn't,
That's that's what would happen if she just took our bottom half with her.
Ah,
The princess, bloody saliva dripping from her lips.
so that's why when I changed the game on Twitch
Rapidly
to Slay the Princess, it said, hey, this is a mature game and has some crazy shit in it.
I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
Doesn't count if you're dead?
dead. But you don't have time to protest her
Because she's trying. Because she wants to get
observation
out
of
with
your
us.
death.
Remember?
Oh, right,
If
yeah.
it goes dark,
We're in her
you
stomach,
die.
then she gets out.
That's why she
It's
swallows us whole.
You're on a path.
huh.
That didn't work. We're going in with a plan.
Oh,
This
he gets
time.
cut off.
We're not getting stuck in another loop. Just acting on instinct. We're stuck in a big enough loop as it is.
Okay, this is all new.
Hmm.
Skeptic.
Instinct was
Yep.
keeping us alive
Hunted.
until it wasn't.
Probably just those
So
two.
what are we supposed to do?
Yes.
Great. So you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed
It's
to
very
be here
interesting that
before. This is
the
supposed to be one
Beast
and done.
is one of the few princesses that actually knows the rules.
Yeah, what he
And
said.
really early at that.
Of course I do, but believe
I think
me,
even
it's in
the,
your best
um,
interests. The more you know
even the
about
knight,
princess, the more
like,
difficult your task will be.
The Nightmare and the Spectre are
And why is that?
the only two that actually know the rules
Having me
of
explain why would defeat the whole purpose
of this.
So in
Simply
beast
some
form,
things I'm
she's
not
cunning.
allowed to tell you.
Yeah.
It's a hard rule.
It's a hard rule.
Whose rule is it?
Get over
Who's
it.
telling you to boss us around? We've died twice already, and if you want us to stay alive this time, it's in your best interests to give us an edge. It's my rule, and this conversation is over.
Very convincing.
Very, very convincing, yep. Okay, what's the plan? The path is different than it was before. I want answers. What's going on? What do you know that you're not telling me? What if we just leave? What happens then? No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are at the cabin. Let's see this through. Proceed to the cabin. Finally proceed. I'm done with this. Bye. Turn around and leave.
So, do you think that the what's going on here? What are you not telling me? I feel like I don't think we've asked that before because I don't think he's been more confused.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. Can't remember.
It's
been so many runs.
Yeah, I think we've asked similar questions before, and his answer is along the lines of, there are rules, and it's important that, and your success hinges on you not knowing the rules.
Okay, perhaps, yeah.
Drop another save. I want answers. What's going on here? What do you know that you're not telling me?
Like I said, I've told you as much as I can without putting you at a disadvantage. If anything, I've told you too much. You've already died by her hands twice. You shouldn't need much in the way of motivation.
Okay, what's the plan?
She spent as much time as she could in the shadows. So we're gonna draw her out. But she's fast. And she's clever. We're clever too. So this time we're not gonna let her cut off our escape. We're gonna lead her to the stairs ourselves. It'll be a lot easier to deal with her once we can actually see what she is. But you already know what she is. She's a princess. Yeah, right.
Ah.
Princess we couldn't see, and one that had big, sharp teeth, too. How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing our job? Sharp teeth.
It's just so confused. Past is different than it was before.
You're right. This is different, isn't it?
Have we questioned
I'm
this?
starting to lose track of things myself.
I think we've just reacted to it.
Ground is ground. It doesn't matter what shape it takes.
Yes,
We'll
a few
adapt.
times.
If it
Usually
looks
we'll say,
different,
like, oh,
that's
this isn't
because
a
the situation
forest
has
or
started to
whatever.
spiral
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this place if you manage to make a mess before that line of thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin. Though, as evidenced by you dying twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern you very much.
Listen.
Consider this your last opportunity to make things right. For you and for the rest of existence. But especially for you.
Clearly we're not getting anything out of him.
No. What if we just leave? What happens then?
Doesn't seem like she can escape on her own. Maybe not quickly, but it's inevitable that cabin won't last forever. And she will? Forget I said anything. Just treat this with the urgency it deserves.
That's an interesting slip.
Go back to the line again, like in the log.
Doesn't seem like she can escape on her own. Maybe not quickly, but it's inevitable. That cabin won't last forever.
I mean, I'm assuming that means that you're taking it to mean in the existential way of like the cabin repeating itself.
No, I mean like, oh, yeah, he slipped up in revealing that this is a construct that kind of hinges on us taking action. Otherwise, it's not going to last. Like the fact that we are here and that we are a part of this construct as a being with agency means that if we say did not exist or we chose not to be anything, then the construct falls apart and the shifting mound gets out regardless.
But if we don't piece her together, she doesn't get out.
Not that we see, and it's hard to say that for sure because our being here kind of colors any rules that we get. But I think with this, I think with the narrator saying this means that if we didn't participate in this, then the shifting mound is just going to break the construct on her own power eventually. She's eventually just going to piece herself back together or become something that can smash the construct.
Which is why he needs us to make the active step of destroying her.
Yeah, I think so at least.
Okay.
No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits.
Ah.
What to do?
All right, we've been
Interesting.
over the plan. Goad her out of the shadows.
It's a
make her
burrow.
show us.
Yeah. Almost like a hobbit
She
hole.
doesn't want to be seen.
We'll figure out a way to make it happen. And if that doesn't make her any easier to fight,
Ah.
it will. It's always easier to fight what you can see, no matter how big or toothy she might be.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The
Wow,
only
it's fully.
furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted
Is she a
stump,
plant?
a pristine blade
I don't know.
embedded in its exposed.
She was a plant in the wild chapter, I think.
You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
A wild chap.
If there's a way forward,
After we got
that
eaten.
mirror is blocking it off.
I guess,
about?
right?
There is no
We'll be part
mirror.
of
It's
the
just the
weird
stump
tree
and a narrow
thing.
tunnel
Yeah.
that leads to the basement. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind?
And we're gonna see
It's
what she
telling us there's
was
a hole in that wall.
from
Our eyes deceive
the
us.
outside.
Either way, we
Instead of
need to
being part of her.
investigate. Might as well get started.
They were already inside her now, because she's the entire cabin,
Yeah.
overgrown. Something.
Do we take the blade?
This is not the evil run, right?
This is
So-
not yet.
I mean, if you want the plant waifu ending, maybe she's what's it
Oh.
called? What are those called?
Dryad?
Yeah, maybe she's Dryad.
Mmm. Yeah?
You
Where's
really
Samir?
think being unarmed is best? I hope you know what you're doing. But let's not forget that it's up here if things go south. The steel claw makes us sloppy, too confident. We'll be faster without it.
Interesting that the hunted is now rejecting the
Step
knife.
forward, approaching the small hole
Interesting.
that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair. Haven't you been paying attention? We're not hesitating. This supposed hole is blocked by that old mirror. That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else.
Mmm.
It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It's so grimy. Maybe we can wipe it clean and finally get a look at ourselves.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement. See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own.
Mmm.
You step forward into the darkness. If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. As you crawl forward,
Always that.
you're met only with the sounds of ambient
That is a very funny recurring joke.
Constantly up the stairs, no entity threatens violence. Or
I catch
pleads
that
for safety.
he breaks character and reads it like he's like,
Give
oh yeah, I gotta read
a
this part of the
sound.
script. He like changes his tone entirely. It's really funny.
Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound. We have unfinished business. We should talk. We don't have to fight. I'm ready to let you out of here. We don't have to fight. I'm ready to let you out of here. Lie. Say nothing and silently proceed down the stairs. She's got to know we're here already.
Yeah, but she doesn't. She's not saying anything. There's a bit more credence to my thought that she's a plant. I guess.
Yeah. Let's just go down then. Say nothing and silently proceed down the stairs, in quotes.
You say nothing, maintaining the
Right.
silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space,
It's been a few times
you
that
can
that's
feel it.
been said.
You're
There's no
exposed.
light here.
Stay on your toes. We take a step into the shadows, and as soon as she moves, we jump back, make her follow. From
Yeah.
there, we trap her in the tunnel, draw her out of the cabin, whatever it takes to get her out of her element. Then we're safe.
Most of the time there is a window. It's letting in starlight, but Very interesting that there's just not. Staying quiet, are we? We don't have to do this. Step into the shadows, ready to fight. Step into the shadows to try and lure her out.
Yes.
Lure her
You
out?
don't have to do this if you don't want to fight her.
Yeah?
If
Yeah.
someone wants to fight.
We don't have to do this.
She doesn't respond. It seems that she thinks you do, in fact, have to do this.
Awesome. Alright, lure her out.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. That's right. Keep steady. Don't let your nerves get the better of you. There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator,
we don't even get to see her.
erupts from the shadows, but you've already started your swift escape. That's stage one. Now stay focused. You dive into the tunnel and begin scrambling up towards the cabin. You hear her behind you, claws raking at the dirt, chains rattling, then snapping, breaths hot and heavy with the effort of the ascent.
What the fuck is that?
The sounds are coming slower now, the breaths pained and stuttering. You no longer sense frantic motion behind you in the tunnel.
Oh
You risk
shit.
a glance.
What is she?
She is a broad and sickly creature.
Oh, she looks like
Her
us!
rigid and emaciated flesh clinging to bones too large to fit in the narrow space. She
Whoa.
managed to squirm her way into the tunnel in pursuit, but now she's
With
stuck,
weird horns.
incapable of either moving towards you or returning to the open darkness of the basement below. So that's what she's become.
And
She
the
wasn't
hand's
like this when we
definitely like
started.
us.
Was she?
Yeah, the feathers, the hands.
No.
She's
she
a
wasn't.
chimera. She's
Yeah.
got like
That
a
makes me
bear
feel
paw on her back.
sad. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she
Now
does.
that we can see her, she doesn't feel like much of a threat at all.
It's because she ate part of
She
us.
paws futilely at the air between you.
I
But her
guess.
shoulders are pinned in the narrow confines of the opening. She has no hope of reaching you. And she realizes this. Her arm goes limp, flopping to the dirt floor of the tunnel. But her eyes fall from yours, defeated. Her eyes look up at yours, wide, pleading.
Aww.
Oh.
Don't leave me here. But you shouldn't listen to the sad eyes of a vanquished enemy. She wants nothing more than to change places with you. If you want us to ignore her, then why would you tell us any of that wide, pleasing eyes begging for mercy business to begin
Yeah.
with? All it does is make us feel conflicted.
That was real fucked up of you, narrator.
Really describing
Assholes.
things as they are, so I feel that her eyes had something to say, even if that something was a ploy, which, if I might stress, I pointed out to you. What should we do about her anyway? Can she still end the world like this? She hurts. We should help. Now let's think for a second. Let's reevaluate. Should we help her? Well, I do feel bad looking at her. There's no way to get close without being in reach of those claws.
If this was chapter
Come this
2,
far, but can
I
we
assume
trust
this.
a creature that until a few short
I would
moments
assume
ago
this is a
fully
boy.
intended to
Yeah.
hurt us? What an excellent question with an equally excellent answer. No, you should not help her. She's clearly just waiting for you to drop your guard. Beyond that, you do well to remember that she poses a threat to reality itself. She is stuck, and you abandoned a perfectly usable weapon right behind you. How about you turn around, get the blade, and end this once and for all?
We gotta approach her.
Right?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
she
could
needs
all
us.
just turn around and be done. What's your game? You and I both know there's no game. He's made a bad choice. As you draw near, she readies her claws, raising them to strike.
Oh.
Don't flinch. Show Show her our resolve.
Oh, the hissing. Option, flinch. Offer her your hand.
You reach forward, offering the princess your hand. How ridiculous. She was about to kill you. Do you really think getting stuck in a tunnel for less than a minute has fundamentally changed?
It's gonna be so cute because you're gonna hold hands.
Yes.
You're gonna be the same
She's a
hands.
victim
Aww.
of nature, just like we are. If all she wanted was to kill us, she'd have kept trying. But she's hesitating, isn't she? Yes, she is. Her eyes shift from faux ferocity to confusion to a gentle sadness. She lowers her claw and places it in your hand.
Oh, she's so much bigger than we are.
Do you think we can pull her out of there? We have to try.
Oh, look how fluffy she is.
Death being stuck in place.
And what if it doesn't work?
Scaly
What
and
if
fluffy
we can't
and-
trust her?
We have to trust someone else eventually. It's either him or her. And I know you don't trust him.
I don't even trust the rest of you.
Music.
But that doesn't mean we have to go around pulling bloodthirsty monsters out of perfectly good traps.
Perfectly good traps.
But we haven't seen what happens if we help her. Doesn't that mean it's worth exploring?
I can't argue with that. All right, let's see what happens. Maybe we'll finally get some answers.
Pull her free.
You tug, but the princess remains stuck. What a shame that the bones of her massive form are too large to fit through the narrow tunnel. Keep pulling. All he has are empty words. He can't undermine us if we don't listen. You are all infuriating to work with. But fine, you continue to pull on the princess's arm and she starts to budge. She pushes with her back legs, clawing at the earth, a burst of strength aiding your efforts. The dirt and stone start to crumble around her. That's the spirit. Keep going.
Yes, quickly, before the whole tunnel comes down on top of us.
Yes, wouldn't that be an interesting development? What if the very nature of this tunnel was such that you were incapable of leaving safely with the princess?
Now hold on.
How devious. Does it collapse? Yes.
I don't know. Does it?
does.
Oh.
As you pull the princess free,
Oh.
the tunnel around you does exactly what you thought it might do. It falls apart.
Narrator, you piece of shit.
We have to get out. We have to get out. It's too late to scramble for freedom now, little voice. You didn't think just pulling her out of there would be consequence-free, did you? Well, the ceiling collapses. Heavy stones tumbling down on top of you and the princess, and
Rocks fall and you all die.
Yep.
Except you
Believe
don't
it.
die.
Oh, we don't die.
let me guess. Everything goes dark, and we die. No, not yet.
Oh!
Open
I knew
your
it.
eyes to see the princess, her body stretched over yours, her face wincing as she shields you from the heavy rocks and debris. There is space enough for you to move, at least for now.
I'll be damned. So there's more to her after all.
The pack is always stronger than the lone hunter. We save her, she saves us. She understands. Well, we can't keep saving each other forever. Her arms are already starting to give out, and there's a whole mountain of earth on top of her, just waiting to bury you both. We can always dig, both of us.
It beats suffocating to death down here in the dark.
Let's go!
Let's do it.
Okay, I thought there was be another choice here.
Nope. Dig through the earth together.
Dig through this together. Okay. I mean, that the fact that that is an option, though,
Earth of the collapsed tunnel.
I think there could have been another choice
together.
there if we had chosen some other
Counts.
options somehow.
But it seems the
Like
harder
turning-
you try to claw your way forward,
turning
the
our back
denser the
on her
path becomes. All
at
of
the
this
last
effort
second,
and for
right?
what? A chance to end
Maybe.
the world. I hope you fail. His words are nothing. Pay attention to what you feel and see. You It doesn't matter if you ignore me, because I'm just telling you what's happening, and what's happening is that you and the princess are getting tired, and your mouths are full of dirt, and it's getting harder to breathe. Harder to breathe is still breathing. Well, either way, the two of you are miserable.
The the like
Forming a
electronica
bond with her.
in the
Can't
background
rule
is
that
so
bad if we're bonding.
so rad,
She's
I
not
guess.
Oh, yeah, it's really cool. All the music in this game is really good.
She saw you, she tried to eat you. You are not friends, and as soon as you're out, you'll see just how seriously she values your life. If you were so sure we were going to fail, you wouldn't sound so desperate. You're just hot air. There's nothing of substance to you at all, is there? I have plenty of substance. I have feelings and desires. Like my desire to save everyone in the world. I feel that very strongly. Do you smell it? Fresh air.
Claw your way to freedom!
With one final massive heave of her body, the princess pushes her way out of the tunnel, leaving you behind, the quickly collapsing space you once shared. Yours was an alliance of convenience, just as I predicted. She has left you to die.
There's no way.
And alone.
No, she's definitely turning around
You
to
are
grab us like we grabbed her.
unbelievably
Absolutely.
petty. Oh, my pettiness is nothing compared to yours. You were delighting in my suffering and the damnation of the entire world just moments ago. She hasn't left. She's coming back. Don't you hear her? No, she isn't. She's... How many times do you have to be wrong before you stop talking? The princess stares down at you from the opening. Before the tunnel can finish sealing itself, she cranes her elongated neck and gently plucks you from the earth.
This is a big kitty.
She carries you across the half-collapsed ruin that was a cabin, carefully setting you down by the door.
Oh.
If there were to be a record, let it show that I tried. I really, really tried. But there won't be a record, will there?
No, no. Open the door and step into the wilds.
Let's
You
go.
open the door. The two of
She
you
can't even. She
stepping
hasn't even
out
been
into
able to
the fresh
talk this
air,
whole time.
No.
together,
Oh, look at those
dewy
lips.
grass of the outside
And he's gone.
world. We're outside.
Oh, she's like she's like a sphinx or like a centaur.
Admit it. There never was an end of the world.
The
coming,
wings are all the
was
way
there?
down there, which is weird. But yeah, she's got like far too many legs.
Yeah, we got him there.
Yeah.
Didn't we? Don't think I've ever seen him stunned into
Like I said,
silence before.
definitely a chimera. Like, and she hasn't been
Can't
able
you
to say
feel the
anything because she's so
whole way he
bestial.
was?
Hmm.
He's gone.
So the
Can't see that.
the quiet is just gonna take her.
Yeah.
She won't really be able to say
Sure,
anything.
Gone.
Oh, that's really sad.
It's coming in slowly. I already see it.
The princess rests her head close to you. Her eyes stare into yours amid the untextured threads of the world unraveled. Are we free? They ask. I'm cold. I don't want to be cold. Oh, it's a big sad kitty.
Aw.
Oh.
And there she goes.
But you don't get the opportunity to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Lion and the mouse.
Oh, there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
See you later,
Yep.
hero.
This is the end for you, but it's not the end for
What
me.
is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. Death. Real death. No, that can't be right. There has to be something more.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze in your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. Okay. So I forgot to look up which questions we asked again.
Okay. I remember most of them.
Oops.
Roll the tapes.
I think you know what I am.
Which episode was it? You're right. You didn't even label the episodes. Like number or something.
The 3rd and the 6th episode. Oh fuck, that's loud. There's 5 princesses in a run, and then there is the fight with the shifting mound. So 1, 2, 3,
Right.
4. Last run. Then there's the last princess. Talk with the narrator, and then the shifting mound. So it'll be every 3rd episode.
Playlists. Can you put okay, slide the printer. Three. The death of the author. Okay, you did name the chapter though, so that helps.
Wonderful.
Okay, so we asked.
Yeah, what did we ask?
Going through all the questions. I think we started right at the top. We said, "So you're the narrator." I was wondering if I could see. So we asked that,
Okay.
or we said that. Then we said, "What are you? Are you something like me?" Then others like you. You've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different? We skipped some, and we said, "Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that?" Then every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
Okay.
What is the princess? Did you make her too?
Okay.
We skipped a whole bunch. And then we went back up.
Yeah, in the last one we didn't ask any questions at all, and we got an achievement for doing that.
Fair.
So we only asked questions in that.
Then we ran
first
through
time.
all of them, and we were saying what we thought he was gonna say.
Right.
So the next one we actually ask is, why would you want me to destroy the concept of transformation? But I think you can only get that if you ask what she is.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have anything to say for yourself? All this hubris. What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Okay.
Of all the things, why is she a princess? No, how did you die? How did you die? Do you have anything to say? Yeah, for all this hubris, yeah. It's there.
Okay. We've asked the top one.
There's
We've asked
one more.
second one. You're not
I was
me.
just telling him I haven't decided what I'm gonna do it yet.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're not me, then what are you? We can ask that one.
This feels similar to the one right before it.
Yeah. Okay. We can ask, what is this place? Where are we?
Sure.
A construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done, and it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once.
Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
That's still so loud.
Yep. The in every world at once is interesting. Are we multiversal entities? I don't know if we established that.
Yeah, what are we? If you're
did ask
not
that,
me, then what are you? Oh, and what is my true identity? There we go.
Okay.
Rather
yeah.
convenient.
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
What? The god I made?
The god that the narrator made to rid the world of death. We're a okay, so we knew we were a fledgling god. And we existed in the construct.
I thought we were a god that existed before.
I guess we weren't. Okay. So
So this is like a Sararak. You might not get this reference. But
I don't.
In Tomb of Annihilation, spoilers for Forgotten Realms lore.
Yeah.
The evil Lich Sararak finds a demigod entity floating in the void, and starts nursing it with the souls of everyone. He creates this big soulmonger thing that starts the death curse, and the death curse is anybody on the whole world that dies, they're dead because their soul disappears.
Right.
It doesn't go to the afterlife. It gets sucked into the soulmonger and fed to the new god of death.
Mm-hmm.
And his idea is if he feeds it enough souls, it will be able to grow powerful enough to subsume the true god of death. And in the meantime, all the resurrection spells fail because everyone's souls are being consumed. And for every day that a character is dead, you have a 5% chance of them being permadead when you destroy the soulmonger or something like that. So anyway, depends on how long the players take to destroy the artifact is how much of the world.
I really like that idea for a setting in which resurrection magic is possible and maybe not common, but is something that most people know about, and then it just stops working one day. That must scare the shit out of people.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's such a big deal. All the churches are freaking out and everything, especially when there's high-ranking clerics and priests in every major town.
Yep.
Suddenly half of their magic doesn't work. Anyway, so yeah, he's raising a new god.
Question asks how he made you.
So our choice is finish being a god by merging with the existing god of transformation, or completely subsume her by destroying her and taking over her domain of basically the responsibility of life, because her role in the life cycle was change, and our role in the life cycle will not be, for some reason. Maybe because of the way he made us. I've died plenty of times. How am I supposed to rid the world of death?
Is there a question to ask how he made you? I don't think I saw that yet. Anything to say? Everything you've done to us, you think anyone deserves to live? I don't want to be a god, I want to be me. God, I always knew I was special, so you're the narrator. I was worried I never get to see you. What are you? Something like me? Oop, pardon me. If you're not me, then what are you? So many questions. Does it hurt? Sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. You a part of me or something else? The one who wanted me to slay the princess, why? Met you many times. Have you been the same all along? You do know about the looping so many times. Why did you lie to me? Are you a god or were you a god? I wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? What is a princess? Did you make her too? People, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them? Why would you rid the world of death? Pretty sure death is good, actually. Important, even. Who cares about dying? I've died plenty of times. How am I supposed to rid the world of death? Consider calling it delusional. That's funny. Okay.
I mean, if we ask how are we supposed to rid the world of death, he's probably going to tell us by saying slaying the princess. But the are you a god or were you a god is a great question.
Yeah.
I don't think we fully know what he was.
Okay. Are you a god or were you a god?
No. In life, I was painfully mortal, a witness to the end of days. I held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something, so I made you, and I made her, and I made this place to hold you both.
God, so loud.
Did? Now I'm curious if we have more options. Go to the bottom, I guess. That seems the most relevant.
Yeah.
Because we have both. I'm saying he made us and he made her.
Yeah. Okay. So as part of the making the construct, he sort of crystallized the concept of change into the shifting mound and made us, and we are the long quiet, we're the void.
So he didn't just make the construct and split us in two, like he did make us?
Yes.
What is the princess did you make her to?
What
Because
is
he just
princess?
said I made her, but like,
Yeah.
what is she?
You made us out of
Made us
what?
out of what?
Oh.
Okay.
Which one do you
Yeah,
want to do
that's-
first?
Definitely the last one.
The last one? Okay, you made
I
us.
think it answers the other question.
Out of what?
The cycle of life and death, the endless pattern of creation and destruction. I tore it in two and shaped the fraying threads into you and her.
There are some questions that are way more important than others in this. It's comical how many questions you get versus how many answers you need. Okay, interesting. Made us out of the cycle of life and death, the endless pattern of creation and destruction. Tore it in two and shaped the frayed threads into you and her.
We'll just assume that's something a mortal is capable of. Okay. Yep.
Yep. You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess, met you many times. Know about the looping, I wasn't supposed to see all this. What is the princess? Did you make her too? They know about this, why would you want to rid the world of death? Pretty sure death is important, who cares about dying? How am I supposed to rid the world of death? Okay. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we've got 5 questions left. Have we asked what is the princess? Did you make her too? I know we've got the answer to it right now, but do we have a better question to ask?
There's no new bottom one, eh? Just how am I supposed to rid the world of death?
Yeah.
It's probably just like the princess, I guess.
Yeah.
I
I don't think we have any new ones.
Yeah, let's see where that goes. It might not go anywhere, but what is it, the princess?
What?
Giving us in-
Yeah. What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Okay. If you made us, then I want you to know that this has been torture. If I destroy her, won't I be alone? Have anything to say for yourself?
If I destroy her, won't I be alone is interesting, because I think he would say like no, you'll be able to leave the construct and rejoin the world. That's what I think he would say, but I'm curious if that's correct. Well, what else? Did we get any other new things from that?
You know that things won't just be worse if I destroy her? What would it be like to live in a world without her? Does anyone else know about this? Yep. Don't want to be a god. I was a god. You're the narrator. So many questions. Does it hurt? I don't want to destroy you. Every time I ask you something, your piece breaks. Are you part of me or something else? You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why? Couldn't you have told me of all this from the start? I would have helped you destroy her. If she's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be, can't I just will her into something small? Met you many times. About the looping. I wasn't supposed to see this. How did you die? Why did you make her a princess? Of all things, why is she a princess? Why couldn't she be an ant or a slice of soggy bread? How am I supposed to destroy an abstract concept? Neither of us leaves this place. People out there. Rid the world of death. Pretty sure death is good and important. Who cares about dying? Okay. Just the new stuff's at the top.
This time, weirdly.
Yeah. You made us, and I want you to know that this has been torture. If I destroy her, won't I be alone? Yeah?
Yeah, because, well, no. See, this is why I want to ask that, because I think he'll say, well, no, you'll exit the construct as a fully born god. That's what I think he's gonna say.
Okay. If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it.
Oh, alrighty then.
So we don't get to leave the construct if we don't destroy it? I don't understand.
Yeah, I think we're just going to be trapped in the construct while everything else just enters an age of eternity. Like everything in the real world.
Unfortunately, it seems like a bad deal.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 4 more. Anything else you're drifting towards, or think can unlock more dialogue?
Obviously nothing that's a statement. Maybe like more about like why do we need to slay her?
You
I think
know
we've asked something like that. I think
Yeah,
we've
okay.
asked, how do you know things won't just be worse?
what would it be like to live in a world without her?
I think we've asked that as well.
Does anyone else know about this? Does anyone else know about us?
That's a good question, actually. I don't think I've seen that one.
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
Did we learn that this is like a dying universe?
He mentioned it briefly beforehand, but I didn't really make much note of it.
It's very Realm of the Demon Lord, something like that, where it's like so far into the future that there aren't any stars in the sky because everything's
Yeah.
burned out. Shadow of the Demon Lord, that's what it's called.
Unquiet. No, in life I was painfully mortal, a witness to the end of days. Held the fear of death in my heart and saw oblivion threaten the very memory of everything I knew and everyone I loved. I needed to do something, so I made you, I made her, and I made this place to hold you both. Yeah, okay. So he is part of a reality that is on the brink of ending.
The heat death of their universe or something.
Yeah, he's close. He's close. Like him in his reality was close to the end of everything, and then he gave up his life to make this pocket, universe and split the cycle of life and death into the Shifting Mound and the Long Quiet, which is us. And then he killed himself to keep it secret, so that it wouldn't, so that he couldn't influence the construct. And he imprinted this Echo, the narrator, into the construct. And everything the narrator says, we then, as we perceive what the narrator says, the Shifting Mound, by her nature, changes. So the narrator guides us in what to think, which changes the Shifting Mound into the princess.
That's true.
So,
Yeah, because that part makes sense in the sense of the it's not that she starts as a princess.
yeah.
She isn't anything. She is just the Shifting Mound. So she has to be given form to be slain, which is kind of what we learned that sometime earlier.
Yeah.
That like, well, in order to slay her, we have to give form. Like you can't. I think one of these questions is like, why not imagine her as a piece of soggy bread or something like that?
Right, yeah.
And it's like, well, you can't slay an abstract concept. You have to give it form.
Right, yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think I've got a pretty good grasp of the timeline of this then. He's part of a dying world, and unable to cope with the fact that everything's going to be gone. Captures the concept of life and death, splits it in two. We become the Long Quiet. Shifting Mound becomes the princess. Puts us in a bubble. Kills himself, tucks the narrator, a shard of him, into the folds of the construct. And then guides us into guides us in our perception of the princess to hopefully give it a killable form. And then as we're going through, the narrator says stuff that changes the Shifting Mound into the princess form, and then as we think other things, the princess's form reflects that. So if we think that the princess is all powerful after she kicks our ass and crushes our throat, she becomes a god. If we think that if we question whether she's got a knife or whether she's actually dead, then she just becomes a knife. Everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live? Do you think you know things? Do you know that things won't be worse if I destroy her? What would it be like to live in a world without her? Don't want to be a god. I knew I was a god. You're the narrator. So many questions. Does it hurt? Sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Every time I ask you something, PC breaks. Are you a part of me, or are you something else? You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why? Why couldn't you have told me this?
Can we say to him that, hey, we don't want to be a deity?
Yeah?
I mean, he'd probably say like, hey, well, you don't have a choice or something. But like, are we a deity? Don't we have a choice? We always have a choice.
Yeah. I don't want to be a god. I want to be me.
You are you. And if you had let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will.
Well, let's give him the benefit of the doubt here. Let's say that the good ending, quote unquote,
Yeah.
where we kill the princess and we get our happy ending. That represents the time. Excuse me, SDs.
Bless you.
That represents the time in which reality is not moving forward because the princess is slain, and in that world we're just sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah.
So the people in that world are living their endless lives until we eventually kill ourselves. So I think it would have been okay if the construct had a plan for us at the end, right? After accomplishing our objective. But the thing is, his reward is nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I
It
mean,
had no substance to it. Like, I don't know, if you put us in like a fun house or something, you know, like,
we're just that simple.
like, yeah, like something to keep us busy for the next however many billion years.
I mean, to be fair, we were pretty cool
Right?
with just nothing until the princess became bones. Like at the end of the good ending, when we decide to keep moving, we go back down and we've been sitting here for so long that the princess is just a husk and a skeleton. And then we take the knife from her. In order to offer
that's
ourselves.
what I mean. Like we had stayed there for some long period of time until the voice in our head was through with it, right?
Yeah. Have I asked any of these? Why would you want to rid the world of death? I'm pretty sure death is good, important even. Who cares about dying? I've died plenty of times.
Maybe I'm pretty sure death is good, important even. Like,
Yeah.
in his context, it makes sense. Like, note, if everything dying, it's the last time anything will die, then in a sense, it's not good because nothing will rise from the death.
Right.
Right? Like in normal circumstance, death is good because of the life cycle. But in this case, he's at the end of the universe's life cycle.
Yeah.
So if it dies, that's it. It is over. There's not enough energy to create the next life.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure death is good, actually important even.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
Have we not died?
Technically, no, because we, as the player, have the context of the loop, but the voices don't, and we can't address the loop except at the very end.
But can't we say here, I've died plenty of times?
Yeah,
But I've died plenty of times.
but I've died plenty of times.
You haven't. You've flirted with dying. You've played pretend. But your consciousness is an unbroken stream.
That's the fourth wall. Us, basically.
Yeah, we didn't have the option to call him delusional, sadly. I don't know what is the chain to get him to just to delusional.
Well, I mean, this might... I'm not gonna... think you're out of time. Like a Slayer, rest easy. Can we call him delusional here? What are the other options? Nothing. Okay.
Nothing. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have the option to go for delusional, unfortunately.
I wonder why.
I don't know. It's probably a prerequisite in there that we just didn't a prerequisite question that we didn't get to.
We didn't. Oh, maybe we had to question like about his hubris or whatever.
Yeah, probably. Next time. I think you're out of time. I'm not going to slay her. I just want you to know that before you die for good. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. Lie.
Just watch him. Just watch him fade. We'll see what happens.
Want to know what he
If you
says?
If he says anything.
Do we want to know what he says when you call him delusional? Yeah, kinda. What does he say if you call him delusional?
Does he have an outburst? Like, I'm not doing it. Or just like,
Yeah, does he lose his
like,
mind on
"That's
us?
rubbish. Or whatever.
That's rubbish. Okay, at that point, that might be offensive. Oh, come on, man. You really gonna do my boy Johnny Sims like that?
He said it before.
Alright, let me... my flowchart down to the appropriate spot. God, this thing is huge. Okay, I think I know what overall ending I'm gonna go for. But we do have one last option if we'd like.
Oh.
Yeah. So I know what path I'm gonna take. I'm gonna start... So we're gonna start the Shifting Mound battle by getting all the CGs where we can. So we gotta start the fight. And then once we... And we're gonna try and get back to the cabin.
Yeah, you want to go back to the cabin.
Yeah, we're gonna try and get back to the cabin. From there, we're gonna have another option for a different ending. Narrator says, "I'm only delusional if I'm wrong, and I'm not wrong. I can't be." Oh, that's very sad. That's really sad. Yeah.
But in a way, he is right. Like if we do take him at face value and our assumptions are correct, his universe is facing the very end of all existence.
Yeah.
Then it does make sense. Everything tracks.
Yeah.
But we both are now a deity, I guess, and we're also, have some fourth wall meta stuff. Like maybe he's wrong in the sense of he doesn't know that after his universe dies, a whole new one rises, because that's how universes work.
I think he does know that, but he doesn't really care because that new is the end of everything he knows and loves.
Right.
It's the end of the memory of everything he knows and loves too, right?
That's right. He did say that. He said that the next thing will be something that doesn't know anything of what's happened or all that other stuff. Right.
So even in this like cyclical eternity, he has on his own initiative decided, nope, this is what it's going to be. Like this is what forever is.
Because he's also like, what's the point of the cycle?
Yeah.
Like, if the cycle just continues, there's no point to it. But if somebody decides, hey, this is the final shape, then
Don't fucking
that could be the
bring your Destiny
purpose
shit
of
in
the
here.
universe. But that's the exact same thing. It's literally the same lore.
Is that the plot of the final shape? That's really funny.
Yeah, it's just like, what's the point of all this shit? Just stop it here. This is the final shape. They're gonna freeze the universe in time, and everyone's gonna be happy with how it is.
Oh my, that's
They won't
really
have to cycle anymore.
that's really the plot of that Destiny chapter.
Yeah.
That's really funny. That's really funny. It's just
really funny. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing as Slay the Princess. All right, we gotta keep going. Say nothing and watch him end. Yeah. How do we want to end this? This tete-a-tete with the narrator.
I want to see what just happens. Or just let him fade out. Like, does he?
He probably has
It'd be
some
awkward
words.
if he doesn't. But
yeah, say nothing and watch him end.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
Okay, it just skips to the dialogue that you get for every one of the options. The final fragments of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast, nascent god. It's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. See to the cabin one last time. A ravenous heart. Bring the den to her.
the den.
Den. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. It's always so jarring when the game, like, properly starts animating.
It's so few frames at a time. But
So few frames, but it's so much more than just the visual novel static images that it might as well be, like, properly animated.
I've missed you dearly.
Hello, dear.
our initial assumptions that like we're two halves of the same being is still correct.
Yes, yes. I've missed you too. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means. What happens now? Have we done these ones before?
I don't think I think that did you hear our conversation we've asked before. I don't know if I'm the Long Quiet. I don't know what that really means. We asked before because we didn't get that from the narrator last time.
Right. I'm the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Okay. We might have asked that question then. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation? So it's just what happens now is fine? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Ever
Let's start the boss battle.
Always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
So many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling to me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions, and I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were all... Yeah, I super can do that, though. If you were going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? It didn't even matter what... Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led me to this moment? There has to be another way. This can't just come to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it. Slay the princess. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go. I think we've explored all of these at some point or another.
I think it's slaying the princess that brings us to the cabin, right?
No. I don't think so, at least. We need to start the boss battle, which is...
All right, we have to start questioning this.
Yeah, I need answers before I make a choice, I think it is.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. But we had a dance unfinished, and you had questions in need of answers. And in the cold starlight you found them. Fear reflected in the eyes of that which terrified you.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little sad this isn't all growls.
Within you, nothing is beyond redemption. Together we dug through hell, and together we found our freedom.
Arthas would disagree. There's some things beyond redemption.
Address the vessel statement directly. He speaks as though change comes gently, but our transformations were both born of destruction and violence. Yeah. He speaks as though change comes gently, but our transformations were born of destruction and violence.
I am but the illusion of destruction. People fear that death is their true end because they cannot fathom new beginnings. It is empathy to accept me. Fear is a chain around the neck and a needle in the eye. It was fear that made our prison. And it
Cage.
was fear that told the lie that
That's
our
the
spirits were not free
cage.
to
Oh, this
choose.
was very sweet.
But even bound, you saw a light, and you gave me the wisdom to speak my heart and shed my doubts. Without fear, suffering ceases to be. Without fear, death dissolves. Without fear, we are free to choose beauty. This construct is a machine of fear. It has no place in our divine hearts. Shatter it. Leave with me.
Address the vessel statement directly. Neither of us could be free without the other. No matter what we did, we kept trapping each other again and again and again and again. This is more than fear, it is reality. Just because we can accept it does not mean the world is free of it.
Reject it.
Just because we can reject it. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it matters.
What we did? We kept trapping each other?
Yeah.
And yet here we are, bound only by our final shackles. It will have all been worth it once we're finally free.
No, that's not cool.
That's
That's.
creepier. That was so creepy.
Yep. That was,
But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only
Kind of forgot about this one.
yeah.
being like you. Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
Thank you for sharing yourself with me. I don't need to share my heart with anyone. Wish I could share my heart with you. You showed me your heart to break me. It was a terrible thing to see. If that is what it takes to rid the world of suffering, I could bear the solitude. If that's what it takes to rid the world of suffering, I could bear the solitude.
Your certainty is an illusion of passion and reflex. You won't know what solitude truly is unless you sentence yourself to it forever. Your left eye tries to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another.
Okay, we've seen this one before.
Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
That was an interesting transition to this one, though.
And you pulled back layer after layer after layer.
I didn't expect.
All you were left with was the knowledge that you did not
Yeah,
know
that's
you.
true. Because that's the final end that we got, but that wasn't
Will you hide
the
from me?
first time she
Now
killed
because
us.
within your
Yeah.
Or that was the first time she killed her, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh, that's a red ending? Really?
My thoughts alone were enough to reduce you to nothing.
Alright, what are the addresses? I have no desire to hide, but the truth can be made better. If destroying you is what it takes, so be it. I don't want to hide from the truth. My thoughts alone were enough to reduce you to nothing.
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you.
That was so funny. We got jump scared by the deconstructed princess.
An endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both. But compassion is a
I
thing
feel like the
that
music
must
is
be nurtured.
far too loud for
And you
this
cannot
voice of
nurture
hers.
that which cannot
The music is very loud in this section. Just in general. If I'd known what you really are, I wouldn't have been so quick to free you. Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other. Ah. A really good refutation here.
No, I mean, unless you get the red endings, I don't think you refute her at all.
Yeah.
I think that's the point.
Then help me again. We are each other. That cold fire has left your eyes.
Oops.
Are you finally willing to listen?
No, not yet. As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, you will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to
Is that
everything
all of
that
them?
isn't.
Yeah, that was fine.
There is no
Okay.
constant. There is no center. Open your eyes.
We didn't get
and
jump
accept
scared
what
by
we
the
are. We can
silly
leave
one. We
this
got jump scared by
prison
the
together.
hole in the face one.
No, we also
That was-
it had the exact same transition for the moment of clarity as it did for for the deconstructed damsel. That's very funny.
I guess it's kind of the same. I think it's the face that popped up was different though. So
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
part that-
It's easy to believe in things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. Things happens if we leave here. Never wanted to fight you. How do we leave? Can't let that happen. Fight for a better world. Your cruelty itself cannot exist. I can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free.
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
It's the hero.
Yay. All right, because we started with a different princess, so you want to see that original princess again.
Yeah. You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Yep.
Do you need me to describe things?
Is the narrator really gone? Take the blade. So we need to take the blade. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. If we don't, then that locks us into the romance route. Which is not necessarily what we were looking for. It'd be very nice to be able to romance her again, but there's a lot more endings. We need more endings. Take the blade.
Fair enough.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Well, I guess he's right about that. We probably have more options than just the one.
Yep. Let's enter the basement without asking him to narrate for us. Enter the basement.
Yeah.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I don't know what you want for us.
Yeah, that's...
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle.
It does change the ending.
She didn't
Whatever
notice.
you pick, whether you take the blade or not at first, it does change the ending.
Yeah, we thought it would.
That's very cool. That's very, very cool.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
Yeah.
What's that knife for? Have you changed your mind? Are you going to kill me? What if we just talk for a bit? Maybe we can figure this out.
Okay. So, we have 3 options for endings here. 9 pages of saves, good lord. Do we want to slay the princess here, or save that for the big finale?
I almost wonder if I don't know if your flowchart will tell you, but do we get here to slay her in the end, or does getting all the red text slay her without even having to come here?
It slays her without even having to come here.
So then don't we have to kill her here?
I mean, we don't have to, because there is an alternative here.
I haven't seen this chart, so you have to make the more interesting decision.
Yeah. We've got a choice here. Both endings are interesting. If we slay the princess here, we kind of lead into the narrator's plan, but if we sit with her, we don't get the romance ending, but we do get sort of an ending with the princess, I think.
The narrator's plan is different than the just destroy her outright plan?
Yes. Not quite the same.
Well, did you save?
I did say yes. Yes.
Okay, well. If we're curious, we can always check it out.
Yeah, I guess we can do both.
Rather than having to redo a whole playthrough.
yeah, okay.
We could just.
Yeah, we're gonna
Whichever one we pick first will be our canonical. No,
be non-canon.
because we have to redo it.
Yeah.
Well, no, we can always save after. Let's do that. Let's make whatever we do first will be our canon one because we'll save afterwards and we'll reload. And then when we do the non-canonical one, we'll reload back to the original one because it'll be our first reactions, right? Interesting.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay. I think it'll be interesting to make our canon one to sit with her at this point.
We did ask 2F. We did ask about like what we are and how he made us.
Yeah.
There might have been another specific question to ask, but we took all the ones that we could.
Yeah. Maybe there was an option we didn't see.
We know that
before.
we are the cycle of life and death split into two, shoved into this construct. He didn't go into detail explaining how he could have done that, but
Yeah, I think that's kind of a bit hand wavy. It's part of the plot, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so our first one is going to be our canon one, right?
yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let's sit with her then. I want to be God. Are you the same as you are out there?
There's like a very subtle hum, but there's no music.
Yeah.
There's some ambient rumbling.
I don't think I want that either.
Are you the same as you are out there?
I don't feel the same. I feel smaller.
What are we gonna do?
Maybe this doesn't have to end just yet. Maybe there never even has to be an ending. I'm able to do the things you believe me to be able to do. So make me put it all back. Help me fix the Echo's construct and make us both forget.
What?
Help me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up, before either of us saw the truth.
Oh.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
Why? We just do it all over again, though.
Would resetting it do anything to help them? The people out there. If you continue to exist, then don't they continue to die and suffer? I don't want to forget you. Aww. We're gonna find ourselves back here eventually. If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before? This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again. Is there any other way? Take it all back. I don't want this, and I want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god? Okay then, let's do it. I believe in us. I agree to our plan. I'm sorry, but I can't do that. Slay the princess. If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
I'm more curious about the first one.
Oh yeah? Would resetting it do anything to help them? The people out there. If you continue to exist, then don't they continue to die and suffer?
If you can believe this helps them, then it will help them, right?
I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, that I don't think works because we're trapped in a bubble. So I think that explicitly doesn't work because we're trapped here, right? Unless our actions here will propagate outside of the bubble and kill change there.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna find ourselves back here eventually. We are, right? I mean, not here, but we're gonna find ourselves at the end.
And when we do, we'll make the same choice. We'll choose to forget, and we'll reset everything again.
If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
Maybe we have done all of this before. Maybe we're supposed to do this forever.
How do you know that things won't end worse? What if when I make my way back here, I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
None of that will happen, because you'll still be you, and I'll still be me.
Wow. But how do you know that? We'd have to decide to do this every single time, forever. Eventually, something is going to be different.
Are we just insane gods? Insane deities?
I mean, yes.
I know, because it doesn't matter how many times we've hurt each other. I've never stopped caring about you.
Oh.
And if you feel the same, then everything is going to be okay.
Man, you're making it real hard for me to kill you. I hope you know that.
I thought you weren't gonna kill her in this one.
We're not, but like, it's making it real hard to go back and kill her. I don't want to forget you.
I don't want to forget you either. But unless we do this, you'll have to choose, right now, between me and everyone else.
Oh.
Everyone else.
Everyone else.
I'll rip everyone. I mean, we don't know everyone else. We didn't know them. They didn't do anything to help us.
Ah.
They didn't do anything to hurt us. But,
Yeah.
You know.
This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again.
But you won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
Is there any other way?
I think you brought that knife down here for a reason. It has to be a part of how this ends.
Is it too late? Yeah, it is too late. Okay, then let's do it. I believe in us. Agree to our plan.
Okay, if this is your choice, then we're doing it. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand. She raises her gentle eyes to ours.
Oh, this is how this ends. Okay.
She did say the knife have to be part of it.
Yep. I love you.
You're not gonna
Just do
remain
it.
silent.
Dude, no, absolutely not. This is not a choice. Oh, I love you.
Everything is going to be okay. I love you too.
Oh.
And we're back.
And
You're
we're
on a path
back.
in the woods.
Drop that save there. That will be our continue save. But we are going back here.
So we can slay her here, or we can sit with her and slay her after talking.
I don't
Does
want
that
to
make a
talk
difference?
with. No, yeah, it does. It's fucking way more tragic if we slay her now. If we talk to her first, I don't want to have to sit with that. That's fucking
but-
heartbreaking.
I mean, yes, but does it actually have a different end scene? You have the flowchart. That's what I'm asking.
No, flowchart is not that precise.
Oh, okay.
It's not a dialogue by dialogue breakdown. It's only the things that actually matter.
Okay. Well, if there was a different end scene with her, like, you betrayed me. I thought we had a plan, or if it's like, just whatever.
I mean, yeah, there is
Yes.
probably alternate dialogue there. But I listen. I don't know if I could bear that. That's fucking real sad.
All right,
Yeah, we gotta slay the princess.
let's do it.
So this is really it then. Let's see this through.
So this is what it feels like to actually die. I think this is for the best. I don't know what the world will be like without me. But it can't be that bad if it still has you in it.
Oh.
I've always
Jesus.
loved you. Don't forget me.
Oh. You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits at the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. But the world hasn't ended. Things continue on. Guys, this is fucking
She's
sad as hell.
And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with us. No, she's not. Leave the cabin without saying anything.
Ah.
I mean, she will always be remembered if nothing changes
Yeah.
anymore. The memory of her will be eternal.
Small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter. We don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Maybe by saying that, we've revived her somehow because
Leave the basement behind.
she is what we think she is.
I don't think that's the case. I think we killed her. Leave the cabin, and then you leave the cabin itself. You leave
It's
the basement.
quiet here.
Yep. Path in the woods outside are an empty canvas. There's even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor. A world free from death.
I think I'll feel less bad if we slay her through the red text, because then like she's actively fighting us and stuff. Whereas
Yeah.
here she did.
Body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it. But it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom.
What?
All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's super different.
Then the shattering. You are free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. There will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it?
Oh, Vrokin's back.
All of us are still
They're back.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
We really did win, didn't we? We're the house now. We get to make the rules. This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
The whispering, and the coercion, and the bickering. Everything horrible about being alive has stopped. I could get used to this.
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Yeah. What the fuck were you guys
We're
doing?
not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because
I knew it.
personally
Yeah.
I was waiting for him.
inconsolable.
Yeah, me too.
For us, you have forever to get over it. Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better. Here, here, to our vanquished foe. It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah? Yeah. We can do that.
A new and unending dawn.
So it's not the same as the timeless ending, where the good ending. Because in the good ending, we sat around forever doing nothing. I'm just calling it the good ending, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In this, we would also sit around forever doing nothing, I guess. We could find things to do. And now that we have our full power and scope and everything, that's more reasonable. We're not beholden to somebody else's idea of happiness, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's still also infinite. Just infinite whatever.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons that I don't find the belief system that I was raised in as appealing as it sounds at first glance.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, you'll live forever. Okay. And do what?
Yeah.
Like, sure, living a long time would be great. But like forever? Like actually forever? It's like when you 100% a game, then what's the point
Yeah.
after that, right? Like if
Yeah.
it takes a lot to 100%, then you have a sense of accomplishment, but that's it. There's nothing else for you to accomplish there.
Right. Right.
I like that there's no other music going on. It's just like,
Yeah.
it sounds like the ocean or something. Okay, it's
Yeah, there's nothing else.
fine.
So interesting. Even in that very last bit, we bucked the flowchart again.
What? How?
So, there was one last choice I thought we were going to make, which didn't come up because we had to make that choice before we actually reached the mirror for the last time, I believe.
What choice?
So there was another choice, apparently, right before we reached the mirror, whether or not to console the voices, or to just, or to let the voices
that
know,
mattered?
yeah, or to let the voices know that yes, they're going to,
Mother.
like, after this is Oblivion. I thought there was going to be another choice after we slay the princess. And there's 2 achievements associated with it. The one that we got is called A New and Unending Dawn. In which we just spend forever with the voices in our head. The other alternative to A New and Unending Dawn is the ending called A New and Unending Dawn, and Everyone Hates You.
What? Because we tell the voices that they're gonna die.
Yeah, if we tell
and
the
then
voices
they
that,
don't die.
oh yeah, you're gonna die, and then they don't die, and they come back for the ending, you get an alternate to that ending scene. Which is everyone's
They're
pissed
just
at
mad at you.
Everyone is real pissed at you. that'd be really funny.
Oh,
It is a shame that we somehow once again subverted the flowchart.
did you want that?
Yeah, because that sounds really funny.
I guess.
What's the percentage on those? Yeah, damn.
That's a rarer or more popular?
A New and Unending Dawn, the one we got, is 29.4%. A New and Unending Dawn and Everyone Hates You, 9.7.
Yeah, because they did exactly what we did. It was just like, oh. Well, we've already talked to them so many times. We've heard all the end of their endings, so we'll fudge it. Who cares? Move on.
Yeah. But because we didn't specifically say, hey, it sucks to suck, you're gonna die now, we don't get that ending.
When you how far are we from 100% now?
How far are we from
Team
100%?
achievements 100%, not actual 100%.
Oh my god, we're at 39%.
Oh, Jesus!
This game has so many achievements.
I mean, if you're not streaming it and we're talking about it, like, you go through it probably fairly quickly.
I mean, yeah. Like
I remember 100%ing Doki Doki. It wasn't that bad.
yeah.
You use the fast forward button a lot, but
Like that very first one, getting to the den, like we could have skipped the entirety of the beginning of ends. We could have skipped most of the beast, and then the den would have been new. But like, yeah, we did sit through like the entirety of that, which yeah, it was fun because it's been a bit. But yeah, actually 100%ing this, not too bad, I don't think.
how many times you script flowchart?
Yeah.
Save often, load often.
Listen. Yeah, if you are properly saving and loading, then probably not too bad. Yeah, I guess for our next one, I'm going to load game. But I think at this point that's a hard reset and it flips all the flags. So I think loading from here should be fine. Or we could just hit new game. Doesn't matter too much. But yeah, that was our third run of Slay the Princess. And still only 39% of the achievements.
So if that pattern holds up, it's at least 6 runs.
Yeah.
Probably a couple chapters that you could just get achievements by basically doing what we did right there, which is save at the crucial point and then just finished it.
And then pick a canon ending, yeah. Probably. Especially for things like chapter 3s. That'll probably, like, saves coming for the chapter 3s is probably a lot easier to get those achievements rather than having to go through the chapter 2s to do that.
Yeah.
But that was another run of Slay the Princess. Such a good time.
Oh boy.
Amazing game. I have planned one more run.
Which is probably 2 streams worth.
Probably at least 2 streams, yeah.
Especially if it's possible for us to get those 2 last vessels at the same time, unless they're mutually exclusive, but I don't think that's the case.
We should be able to get those last 2 vessels, and I believe getting those last 2 vessels shouldn't interfere with each other.
As long as we pick the right endings for those vessels.
As long as I don't misread the flowchart, yes.
As much as we might want to take those vessels and have, be happy with them. Sorry, they are locked into being sad, violent, brutal, tragic endings.
Those 2, I believe we should be fine, and both of those will count as red text endings.
I mean, one of them does say you don't need the world for your happy ending, so
I think it's fine. No matter what we do in that one, it will still get us a red text ending. So our plan going forward for this last run, we are going to get the red text endings. We are going to not every opportunity, but we're going to end up having properly slayed the princess. And I think it would be really funny if, while we're going through them, we get the most tragic ones we can. I think it would be really funny if we get these two endings, which should both be properly heartbreaking, and then we try and find some other really fucked up ones. So I think this one and this one, I think we need to do the...
Well, what are the other ones that we didn't see red text endings for? Right? Like check the scenes in chapter 3s, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like so we saw through the eyes of everything there.
Yes. Right? That is, I don't think.
Oh no, that's not necessarily tied to red text endings.
Yeah, that's just getting to the end.
The other scenes, if you go into that one, these other apotheosis parts. Like see, like that one says we could have had everything. So I feel like that could be you turning on her and saying like, no, I'm not gonna do it or whatever. Things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, there are options in a lot of points to get red text endings, but even then, I think the red text endings are outnumbered like 2 to 1. So it's
really?
It's actually pretty difficult to get the proper red text endings.
Fair.
But yeah, so I think what we're going to do is these two, because you get to this one from the damsel, you get to this one from the prisoner. I think we're gonna have to betray the princess and the dragon. I think that's suitably fucked up, right?
I wonder if the red text ending of the back and forth, like shank, well, like that part, that'd be really funny.
That'd be funny. Yep. So I think we're gonna do the princess and the dragon. Gonna do this one and that one. That's 3. Be really upsetting if we did the thorn. Unfortunately, we can't do the cage and unlock these two at the same time. Like, these two are mutually exclusive. Because we can't repeat the prisoner.
So, what's left? The kitty one?
1,
What's far
2,
left
3.
again?
Yeah, we could do
Not that one. The other far left one. I forgot what that one is.
Eye of the Needle?
I have the needle. Yeah, go to that one again. Oh, this one. Yeah, which is kind of monstrous.
Yeah. Yep. So the Eye of the Needle. That one is...
Those CGs that we haven't seen, are those red text CGs?
No. The ones that we did see are red text CGs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did get a red
pick
text.
Pick another one then.
We got the Fury's red text. We didn't get Apotheosis' red text.
Yeah, okay.
I think that would be cool, yeah. So we got Apotheosis. We've got 1, 2 mystery ones. We've got Princess and the Dragon. And we need one more. What do you think?
Check which other ones we haven't gotten the red text for yet and seen those CGs. I think we just find the next one.
The Wraith we got red text.
Because the Wraith we did. This one we saw everything. I think we were locked into that.
Yeah, that one maybe I don't think there's a red text for that one. Yeah, Moment of Clarity? Yeah, there isn't. Or the spreadsheet.
Yeah, so it won't be that one.
If we give in to the Nightmare, there's no red text either. What about... Wraith, Damsel... When is this one?
Can you prevent? No, probably not with red text.
We can do the
What about the multi-head one, the crazy one? Did
Stranger?
we do red text for that one?
So, the Stranger... Yes. I think? It's really weird. Because the Stranger... I sent you I sent the picture of the flowchart.
Yeah.
The Stranger is actually that little bit at the very top.
Oh, just like...
Yeah, so you see the square bubble.
Immediately locked into this ending?
Yeah, you see the square bubbles? Those are all the chapter markers, the rectangles. And the diamonds are the endings. And the Stranger is not on the meat of the flowchart, it is above the flowchart. But I think if we do the Stranger again, we could get... I think it's fine. And something changes when we do the Stranger. I think there's a variant for every ending. There's a variant for almost every ending if you bring the Stranger to her, which is actually very funny.
There's a variant for every ending if you bring the Stranger to her.
Yeah, actually. On the flowchart there is a new and unending dawn, and then there is a new and unending dawn bracket Stranger. There's something different. Oh, right. Because if you make it to the cabin, after the boss fight, the first princess you find is gonna be is the Stranger. It's the fucked up faceless one.
But that's not the one you see when you walk into the cabin.
The one you see when you walk into the cabin is the first princess you find in the basement.
As soon as you walk down the stairs.
Yeah, but we never
Which
walk
is
down the
not
stairs,
fucked up.
and we never see the princess.
Oh, I thought we did. We have to split her afterwards. But that's not how she appears when we first see her.
Or
maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
That is how she appears when we first see her. Because that's the first time we see her, because we never go to the cabin. And if we go, and after we do one run, we can never walk away from the cabin again, because then the Shifting Mound yells at us.
Right, you've already committed. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So so if we, that makes sense.
But then that means that if you want to do a red text ending, the Stranger doesn't matter, because you wouldn't see that.
Yes.
If you never go to the cabin.
I think, yes, the red text ending is one of the few ones that don't actually... that isn't affected by the Stranger. But almost all the other ones do. What about the one where you get her head and throw it away? Sadly, that is mutually exclusive with this mystery one here. So if we want to get to all of the chapters on stream, because this next run is probably going to be the last I'm going to do on stream of Slay the Princess. But if we want to see all the chapters on stream, we do have to make the choice of getting this mystery one and going into the cage again.
I think we have a save for that. We could always just load up that scene and see what happens. Like, it doesn't need to be part of the ending, I don't think.
Do we have a save for that? Okay.
I think we do. Right?
There's the nightmare.
Right there. It's right there.
You want to do that quick?
Okay.
This is a really fucked up way to end the stream. I hope you know.
You know, it's just funny. Let's talk about free will. I feel like locked into this outcome.
We're really doing
What's the alternative? Dropping me to prove a point?
Huh. I hadn't even considered that. Should it be an option? Can it be an option?
Look what you've done,
It's
Stefan.
not an option. We're not cruel for the sake of being cruel.
This is fucked up.
I'm joking, by the way. Please don't drop me.
Would certainly be a new
Eat.
data point. Probably wouldn't work anyways. It'd make that perfectly good blade you threw out completely meaningless.
She's gonna drag us down with her.
There's only one way to find out.
Fucking yeet.
No, you can't.
Huh. Well, I'll be damned. Did I just will that option into existence? After everything? You sure kept your cards close to your chest. Smartly played. We haven't seen what happens if we're the ones that beat her, but we'll see what happens now.
We're a monster, aren't we?
No one is happy with this.
Well, no time for taking it back. It's done. You let go of the princess's head, and what as she plunges into the abyss. I can't believe I was all doom and gloom just a moment ago. Congratulations.
Oh, and she just goes straight to the. Skips right.
Oh my god, the betrayal in her face.
All of that just to take it all away. You're cold.
Yep.
Oh,
Right
and she
into her
gets, she
hands.
gets caught. Oh,
I thought so.
oh, this is sad as hell. As she plummets, the princess is taken from you. Time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone.
Okay. Want to
Where
see
did she
if...
go?
Okay, there.
Achievement free will. Exert your will at the edge of a steel cage, even if it hurts you. Yeah, it fucking did hurt me.
Why now?
God, that was fucking sad.
Achievement.
God, we're gonna do a whole run with this. This sucks. Why did I suggest this?
Whole run of being sad. Yeah, that's basically what's going on.
Oh no. Anyway, yeah.
Next
This is
time
this is where we
on
fucked
Slave
up.
Princess.
Oh, hold on. Let's see what she thinks of this vessel.
It's gonna be the same, right? I think. But yeah, okay, go ahead.
Of course, this is the end for you, but it's not the end
What
for
is
me.
that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse
This
now.
wasn't the last
This is what we
of that
all
run, was it?
deserve.
No. This was
Right? There has to be something more.
yeah, this was the end of last session, I think.
Right.
You approach the mirror, gaze in your reflection. But yeah, that is the point where we have to say, hey, sucks to suck, see ya. And then we get the alternate ending of A New and Unending Dawn, where everyone hates you.
It's interesting that in that ending we didn't get
There's
the
a world
the,
beyond the endless walls of the long quiet.
oh, the growing, the like weird growing recording of the grass growing. We instead get like the sun.
Yeah. Yeah, because nothing's changing. We just get forever.
The universe doesn't die out.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is a body that convinced herself she was only a set of eyes. She will make for a watchful heart. Do not mourn her. She is now what she wished that she could be.
Okay. God, that was a fucked up one.
The next time I see you, I will be here.
Yep. Everything goes dark and you die. Forgot at which point we actually get the achievement.
I saw it pop up on your.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was fucked up. What a way to end the stream.
That was really funny. It's just like, oh, it's kind of like when you stab her right away. It's
Yeah.
just like, oh, okay, I guess I'm dying. Bleh.
Yep. Yep.
That one, she was just like, oh, all of that, and you just wanted to prove a point. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, that was that was fucked up. A 2.9% achievement.
Of throwing her in the afterwards?
Yep. Chucking her down the hole. That was 2.9%.
That's even rarer than the other one.
Yeah. Is that the rarest achievement I've got? God, I hope so, because otherwise, it's fucking real
Did you have one
sad.
that was like 0.002 or something?
That was like 3 days after the Pristine Cut launched, though.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
what's that at now?
That one was... that one is now 7.7%.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Quantum Break is that one. Yeah, that's the rarest achievement that I've got. Free Will, 2.9%. Actually getting to that ending, though, is 3.6%. So it's not that... So just having that ending is pretty rare. Because it is an ending that was added, like, a year after release, so... Makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
But yeah, that was, that was a real fucked up way to end the stream, but, that was, Slay the Princess, once again. Yeah, next week, gonna be back with Slay the Princess, and we're going to properly slay the Shifting Mound. We're gonna go for an all red text endings. Oh boy. Look forward to that, I guess.
I'm sure will take us a couple runs.
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
streams.
Probably at least 2. Especially because getting to... especially because these
could
2 are just gonna be new
probably-
ground.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for the ones we've seen before, we'll probably skip to them, but we should start with those because we haven't seen them.
Yeah, so we'll start with these 2. No, we have to start with the Stranger, actually.
Do we have to? I thought that's... doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
because we can't... The Stranger has to be the first one.
To do what?
For... Because, well, then we have to pick another ending. Because,
Oh.
yeah, the Stranger has to be
Yeah,
the
but
first one
we've-
you get in a run, or else you just cannot get the Stranger that run.
Oh, okay, I understand that.
So if we're doing
But
1,
we
2...
just said that the stranger doesn't matter. It's not one of the alternates if you go for all red text ending. Doesn't make a
No,
difference.
but it is a
We've
red
seen
text...
the CG for the stranger. So is there any other CG red text we haven't seen yet? Oh, we didn't get the stranger. We didn't see through the eyes of at the end.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
because...
maybe that's worth it then.
Yeah, I did give in during that run.
And there's one other CG there that we missed.
Split her as much as you're able. Yeah, so we gotta do that for there's an achievement to do that as well.
Okay, that'd be cool to see that. Yeah, okay, let's do that.
So, okay, yeah, so we're gonna go Stranger, these 2, and then...
You'll probably have to look up a proper how do you split her as much as you can, just to make sure we don't fuck that up.
Yeah, I think it's just
Always
asking
see it.
questions. Because that run we didn't explore. We just chose actions, I remember. Because there was that 3 stacked... There was that one option that there was 3 different bullet points that you press all at once.
I remember that.
Oh my god. But we didn't do any exploring, and I think if we explored, it would have split her a lot more. But yeah, I think that's the plan for next run. Stranger, these 2. Princess and the Dragon, and then Apotheosis. And that should be our 4 red text endings.
Tell
But
us what's next on the schedule.
what's next on the schedule? When are you streaming?
I'll probably stream Horizon Zero Dawn tomorrow.
Okay, yep.
Do
Do you have a time?
It's hard to say exactly because we're gonna probably play some stuff when everyone's around in the midday. So let's say evening.
Sometime tomorrow night. Head on over to Pet Games, spelled P3T Games.
Yeah, I'll probably be it'll probably be a long stream just because I'll be playing the crap out of that game. So
Yeah,
feel free
yeah.
to drop by anytime.
Yeah, you look like you were having a good time, except for that one bit in the tutorial where you fucking...
So okay, so I think that the I won't spend time talking about this, but I think because I'm on very hard,
Yeah.
that enemy has like an insanely high amount of HP, and there's no way I can actually beat him at this low level.
Oh, really?
Like no stuff in my kit. So
Oh.
yeah, I think that's all it is. So that'll be tomorrow.
That'll be sometime tomorrow.
Just
Also
fall on
sometime,
holiday.
yeah. Also sometime tomorrow, probably earlier than that. Head on over to Level 1 Bard's channel, where we'll be hanging out and checking out the Puyo Puyo Tetris postgame. I'm sure.
Right.
I'm sure Stefan has been practicing his Puyo Puyo.
Okay, if he's still planning on playing that tomorrow, then I will probably start my stream right after him.
Probably right after, yeah. So we'll do that for a couple hours
Yeah.
and hop on over to Pet Games. After that, Friday, I think we're doing Halo 2. I think we're doing Halo 2.
Did you guys beat the jump thing? I didn't see the end of that.
No.
None of you guys
We-
made it to the Colorado.
So what happened is we got to the last chapter. Where it's the trench run and the warthog.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the last cutscene started, the game crashed.
The final cutscene?
The final cutscene. Like
Oh,
you're on the
that's
warthog, you make that one last jump, and then a cutscene starts. As the cutscene started, the game crashed. So we said, "Yep, you know what? The game is going to start us at the very beginning of this chapter. I think we can say that we've beat it. We got all the gameplay we could out of it. I think we won. I'm not 100%.
Yeah, it's a shame. I wonder if you just want it for your account, then you'll probably have to play it legit. It's just that last chapter.
Well, if I wanted
Probably
it,
even last chapter, last checkpoint, just to get the
well, I mean,
just
if
to get the completion of your.
we can't do anything for getting anything on the account.
All the because it's disabled.
Yeah.
The achievements are disabled.
Sorry
Okay,
to pull
never mind.
sorry to pull the curtain back and ruin the illusion, but that was a mod.
I know that, but there's plenty of games that let you still get achievements, even with them on.
Yeah, I think
So-
the Halo Kart section kind of messed with the mod progression. So
That's fair. I mean, the Halo Kart session was definitely the best section. So
that was so
that
wild.
wasn't worth it.
What a wild fucking
I
playthrough.
did not know that was a section, and like we played the rest of not the rest of, but we played a whole bunch of it before with Bard, and we did not get to that point. So I did not
Did you
know that was a
not?
thing.
Did you
No.
not beat it?
No, we didn't beat it with the mods.
Oh wow. Mod? No. Never mind. What am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. What I am saying though is come hang out on both me and Bart's channel on Friday. We'll be playing some Halo 2. Don't worry. We'll get to Halo 3 eventually.
And Halo 3 is
Halo 3 should
Halo
have 4
2
player.
Is the last one that is two player
Yeah.
only. So
Halo,
Halo 3,
look, going forward should be
4 player,
4 player co-op.
and then we can really cause some chaos.
Yes. Don't worry. We'll get there eventually.
For ultra wide HDR Halo 3 content, go to my channel.
Is that gonna work?
I think ultra wide, yes. I'm not sure if it supports HDR. We'll find out.
We'll find out, I guess, eventually, in like 2 months.
Halo 2 is pretty hard. I don't know if
Yeah.
depending on what difficulty you're playing on.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sunday, we're going to finally, come hell or high water, beat Cthulhu Saves Christmas. That game is a lot of fun. Do recommend it, but man, I don't know if it's just because we're voice acting in it, but it's a lot longer than we thought it was. And then on Monday, I'm gonna be hanging out and taking a look at Squirrel with a Gun. I think it's been too long. I almost got it when Stefan was a little bit late the other day. But Monday, I think I'm gonna do I'm gonna properly be taking a look at Scroll again, which is exciting because man, oh man, that game looks real fucking goofy. And then, of course, Tuesday, back here for the beginning of the end of Slay the Princess. Look forward to that. So, yeah. Thanks for hanging out, if indeed you're still here. Fucking... bye.
See ya.
See ya. God. That's fun. Can't believe we ended with throwing her down the hole.
It's partially sad, but it's also really funny.